Hi viewers, I'm trying to show you how I fixed phone. This wasn't any mainstream, or how do you say it, known phone. So for this one the problem was the battery. Somebody donated to me saying, well, I have this phone and you're a big fan of fixing stuff, so I'm just gonna give it to you. As far as I know, the battery was like, and even told me that the battery had some issues and it would discharge. So basically it's like a Romanian phone, but it is yeah. So let's get to it's just parts bought from China and then assembled in one country, and then it's labeled as some brand. So what I did is I had the original battery, which is this, and if you point it out like this, I'm guessing this is, so this was a picture taken before. So what I did is I measured the batteries. As you can see, here you have the battery with plus and minus. This one is, so as again the disclaimer, I cannot be held responsible for anything you do with the phone. My advice is to check the polarities. You have plus and minus, you have a multimeter or however measuring device to measure the voltages. Make sure you use the correct polarities. Make sure you isolate the thing, the contacts afterwards, so it doesn't blow up in your pocket or whatever. But what I'm mainly showing here is, if you don't find a phone, a part, in this case a battery for your phone, you can just make it from another battery. Maybe you have in your house from another phone which is dead or something. So this was the initial battery, because I've already shown without the charging flex cable. And this was the battery I used, which was smaller in size, but more milliamps. This was a complete photo of the flex. Fortunately, I had two batteries, so I could afford to break one. I initially tried to spread these cables, but I ended up. So as you can see, you have the plus and the minus. So you have the polarities, and this is the battery that I've just shown you again. And this is my adaptation of the charging. So I'm not showing here how I isolated the thing, but make sure you isolate it correctly. So what I did is, on the new battery, I mean the replacement battery, which was from an LG phone, incidentally, this is what I had, with a similar voltage and better amperage. But so what I did is take this battery and I used the charging circuit of the battery. As you can see here, you have again, you have the whatever plus and minus of the battery. I don't have a measuring device with me, it would be more difficult. And this little bugger, this little circuit board, is the charging board on the battery of another part on the phone. And I think even on the charger. So I used the circuit board on the existing battery. I just used this flex cable, and I disconnected it from the original battery and put it on this battery I had lying on my desk. And I basically did this as, again, you do isolate it. You put you make all your effort to put it back together and make sure no short circuit between polarities, as it may heat up, catch fire, or even explode if you do this. So it's, I don't know if it will affect you that bad, but I know there have been cases. So this is, if you take this risk, you take it on your own. But I'm basically stating, at the same time, you could have just, this is what I attempted here, to cut the whole thing and solder iron, using a soldering iron, directly attach the contacts on this one. So what I did is I made this, and this would give me a bigger flexibility, so I can have the power flex moving around wherever I wanted it. But again, use electrical tape, electrical insulation tape, or I don't know how it's called, to make sure that everything is patched up okay, and there's no short circuit between plus and minus. Otherwise you may have bigger or smaller problems. But yeah, this is the phone. I even tested it, and it now discharges okay. It if you connect it, it charges okay, so this means it sees the battery correctly. It charges. So if I put the cable inside it, sorry, it's gonna say it's connected and start charging. You see the charging here, charging symbol. So yeah, this is my proposed solution, but again, be very careful with these wires. If you short circuit between plus and minus, you will have issues. This is a quick fix, it's not a very complicated solution to implement. As you can see here, I don't know if you can see it very well, but the idea is you have the polarities on the wire directly, like plus and minus. I don't know if the lighting is very good, and I'm also so it's somewhat focused, but the idea is you have the polarity, so I have minus on the right and minus on the right and plus on the left. So make sure you do the correct polarities, otherwise your phone may blow up if it doesn't have a safety to prevent it from. So yeah, thank you for watching and good luck. Again, I posted this solution for something I'm stating. I think this phone was some sort of a flagship for this brand, but because they didn't choose the right battery or the right charging circuit for this battery, it didn't go well. So after, I don't know, maybe a year, then you could render the phone useless just because of the battery. So yeah, thanks for watching, bye.